Alright, what's up, you got Danny here, and I had no intentions of doing a vlog today, but I literally don't have a choice in this matter. Like, literally everybody's talking about this math and disaster brawl. Now, I got a couple of different ways that I want to attack this, so I'm going to try and attack them as best as I can. First things first, this is a bad look for battle rap. That's first and foremost. This is a bad look for battle rap. The last thing that we needed, especially considering the fact that, you know, we're literally, you know, forgetting about the fact that Math and Series had a brawl not too long ago, is to have a situation where one of the people that was in the last brawl is in this brawl. Now, according to what's being said and according to the story that pretty much everybody's taking for word, is the fact that they were in the battle. Diz said, "I'll punch you." Matt said, "Do it." And Dizaster called his bluff. Now, one thing that I have to say is I hope that this doesn't become a trend to where people are like hitting each other mid-battle and ending battles in that way for the sake of views. I personally feel like this shit was a publicity stunt on Dizaster's end. I'm not sure how this was going to end up being good for him, but I just feel like this shit was staged. I feel like this shit was premeditated. I feel like this shit was planned. That's just my personal opinion. If King of the Dot bans him, good. And I don't know where he's going to go if King of the Dot decides they don't want to deal with him anymore, because that's his bread and butter. URL's not going to have you because they rock with Math. Whether he's banned or not, they rock with Math. I highly doubt they're going to allow somebody who disrespected one of their vets to come and make money with them. And I highly doubt Don't Flop is going to be flying you from the US for every event for you to compensate for the fact that you're not with King of the Dot anymore. All that being said, do I think that it was justified? There's one part of me that feels like, no, this wasn't justified. We're just getting over the whole Math and Series situation. This sort of brawl, this sort of situation has never occurred at a King of the Dot event. So it almost kind of makes you feel like, damn, y'all sullied the King of the Dot name for being a place where you could just come, spit your shit, and leave. And now, like I said, y'all just shitted on the culture because we're getting our biggest look in a while, which is the whole Fuse TV situation with Slaughterhouse and Total Slaughter and everything. On one end, that's going on, and in the midst of that going on, you got Dizaster punching out Math at one of King of the Dot's biggest events for the year. It's sad, it's shameful, it's desperate, and from the outside looking in, it looks like we can't get it together. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely looks like that because the leadership over at King of the Dot is mostly white. So you would have thought they'd be able to keep that sort of fuckery out of their organization. But you know what? Fuckery knows no bounds, knows no color, knows no organization. At the end of the day, people have to control their own nature. And if it didn't mean nothing to Dizaster to respect the fact that this brand gave him a voice, gave him an outlet, put dollars in his pocket, you know what I'm saying, raised his stock, then, you know, and I know my thoughts are like all over the place because I'm just like, damn, I wasn't expecting for this to happen again. And the funny thing about it is, I had been wondering, like, damn, why are there so many blogs dedicated to the fact that Math, Hoffa, and Diz have tension between them? Like, who the fuck cares? There are plenty of battles that are hyped up for the sake of getting people excited about a coming event, where they talk about the fact that it's a grudge match, where they talk about the fact that the opponents have a lot of aggression and animosity toward one another, and you don't hear about these sorts of situations happening. So for me, with Math and Dizaster, regardless of Matt's history, I figured, at least on Matt's end, that there wouldn't be any violence just because of the fact that, look, he's been in this situation before. It's cost him dollars, so I don't have to worry about it. So to have Diz do it, and where he did it, it's just really sad. I'm not excusing Dizaster's behavior, because I know the last time that I talked about a brawl, y'all thought that I was excusing Matt's behavior, that I was dick riding Matt, and I'm not. And then there's some people that say that karma is real, karma's a bitch. Matt dared him and that's why he got hit. There's a part of me that sort of feels like, you know what? You call a man's bluff, you're going to meet the right motherfucker, and he's going to show you that he means what he says. So on one end, I feel like, you know what? Matt shouldn't have been like, do it, because you provoked him. But at the end of the day, I feel like what Dizaster should have been focused on was the fact that he didn't want to sully up King of the Dot's name because they did so much for him. And that's the common denominator in all of this. Forget about the fact that there's this man in front of you that you have issues with, and focus on the fact that there is a brand that is trying to build a culture, that's trying to get you ahead, because if they get ahead, you get ahead. And I don't think Dizaster was thinking like that. Overall, watching the footage, it definitely looks to me like Math caught an L. I saw like on his Instagram, Math looked pretty good. I mean, he had a little redness, but it wasn't like he was all lumped up. But it definitely looked like he lost this fight. Overall, it's just a bad look. It looks coonish. It looks stupid. It's just another way for like more reputable people in hip-hop, and just more people that probably would have invested in battle rap to just look at battle rap as like some amateur ass thing, some hood underground thing that we need to keep underground because people don't know how to act. And it's sad. And I don't know, I just feel like this culture, this sport deserves way more shine than it gets. And with people doing dumb shit like this, it's just hard to justify why it needs to grow. You know, and it seems like every time the sport seems to progress, shit like this happens. So overall, I don't know, man. And I also feel like Dizaster wouldn't have pulled that shit in New York, because it's easy to sneak a nigga, and it's easy to get at a nigga when he's alone. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like Dizaster felt safe because he was, you know, in Cali. So that's pretty much all I have. You know, I wasn't looking to justify this one way or the other. I'm more or less reacting to this because that's all I can do at this point. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below as always. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs it down if you didn't. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.